All right, we're recording now, so let's go ahead and get started on our mat in child's pose. These can be far apart, or they can be close together, whatever feels good for you. Hips back towards the heels, chest towards the mat, fingers extending towards the top of the mat. Big inhale in through the nose here. Exhale, sigh it out. Taking a moment here to set aside anything on our mind, anything that may distract us, and being present for the next hour of class. Just letting that go now. And the next inhale, raising up onto the fingertips. Slowly walk your hands to the right side of the mat. Lowering down to this side. Inviting a little space into the left side body on each inhale, expanding through the rib cage. And each exhale, sending that left hip back towards the left heel, grounding down. And the next inhale, raising up onto the fingertips, we walk our hands to the opposite side of the mat. Lowering down here, expanding through the right rib cage on each inhale, creating more space between the ribs, more length in the spine. And each exhale, sending that right hip back towards the right heel, grounding down. Fingertips come back into the center. Back to child's pose. Big inhale in. Exhale out. And slowly raise up. You're in tabletop position, shoulder stacked right over the wrist, hip stacked right over the knee. One long line from the crown of the head all the way down the elbow. Making it really active here, pressing all 10 fingers into the mat, pressing the tops of the shins into the mat, or tucking your toes and pressing all 10 toes into the mat. Move through some cat-cows here. On the inhale, dropping the belly towards the floor, lifting the head, looking up. On the exhale, drawing the chin in towards the chest, pressing the mat away, lifting up through the belly button. Take it through a few rounds of these, one breath, one movement at your own pace. Just waking up the spine this morning, getting some flow of our breath, some flow of our movement. It's really simple as we're getting started. Back into the center here. Hips in back towards the heels. Forehead resting back on the mat for child's pose. Taking a moment here to set our intention for today's practice, or in yoga we often call it a sankalpa. So taking a moment here to set an intention of your own if you feel called to do so. You're joining me in setting the intention of guiding the awareness of our flow, whether that be of our breath, whether that be of our mind, whether that be of anything else happening with our body, with our spirit. Whenever you're ready, coming back up for a tabletop. Toes tuck underneath here. Lifting the knees 1 inch off the mat. Really going to engage the core here. So pressing all 10 fingers into the mat. One long line from the crown of the head all the way down the tailbone. Making sure we're breathing. We don't want to hold our breath here. Turns out we have to do that to live. Knees back down. Any movement that may feel good here. Remembering yoga is your practice, so doing what feels good in your body first. Listening to my words. Giving yourself permission to explore any little wiggles, any side-to-side movements. And sit up for one more round of that. Pressing all 10 fingers, all 10 toes into the mat. Pressing the mat away, engaging our body. Lifting those knees up, holding here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hips and up and back. Downward dog. First downward dog of our practice today. So exploring your downward dog, maybe giving some pedals to the feet. Maybe taking the hips side to side. Maybe giving the neck a little release. Whenever you feel like you've gotten all these little fidgets and all these little wiggles out, we'll take a walk to the front of the mat. Slow and steady. Once we get there, forward. Keeping a gentle bend in the knees, no need to bring them super straight here. Crown of the head, really heavy forward to the ground. That feels good. Taking a ragdoll pose with your arms, grabbing the opposite elbow with each hand. And again, exploring this movement. Noticing the flow of your breath, maybe if you've lost it already. Releasing the arms back to the mat. Left hand plants down. Right hand will raise up, reaching up. Exhale back into the inhale, opposite up. Back. Inhale, halfway lift. So really long line from the crown of the head all the way down the tailbone. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Grab your eyes, perfect. Exhale, fold forward. Then the knees come up with the crown of the head first. Big inhale, lifting up, reaching up. Exhale, hands heart center. We're going to go through a little half sun salutation here. So we're going to move one breath, one movement. We'll go through a little bit of a repetitive movement so you can kind of get a flow of your own. Big inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift, really long spine all the way down the crown of the head. Exhale, fold forward. Then the knees lead with the crown of the head. Reach up really tall, all the way standing. Exhale, heart center. Keep it going. Inhale up, taking your breaths really nice and slow, noticing their flow. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, riding your breath slowly on each move. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale up. Exhale, heart center. Arms. Exhale, fold forward. Do a few more rounds of these, moving at your own pace, doing what feels right for you. If you're not sure what to do next, just pause and look at me. Or just keep going. Wherever you're at, last round here. Exhale, heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Maybe take a ragdoll pose here. Notice your mind. Notice what happens with your mind as you slow down your breath, as you become aware of the flow of your breath. Makes it easier to become aware of the flow of our thoughts. As our breath slows down, our thoughts slow down with it. Releasing the arms here. Let's go ahead and take another twist. Left hand plants, right arm reaches. Exhale back into the center. Take it to the other side. Left arm raising. Back into the center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we're going to take it to high plank. Hands come down to the mat, stepping back, hopping back, whatever feels right for you. Lowering down through chaturanga. So you can bring your knees down first if you would like, or just come straight down to the mat. Baby cobra to get it started. You're going to move into a Surya Namaskar flow. Toes tuck under, hips and up and back. Back to our downward dog. Big inhale up on the tippy toe. Exhale down through the heels. Inhale up on the toes. Exhale down through the heels. Okay, if your heels don't touch the ground here, just send in that direction. Big inhale, lift up. Doing what feels good, remembering that it's your practice. Knees bent, eyes come to the front of the mat. Hop, step, however you want to get there, walk. Inhale, halfway lift when you arrive. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, raise through the crown of the head. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, heart center. We're going to do a few rounds, just like that. Inhale, arms up. Getting our body warmed, getting our body moving, our muscles warm. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. All the way to the mat, bringing your knees down or coming straight back to the mat, whatever feels good. Inhale, lifting forward. You can take a baby cobra, or maybe you pull all the way up to a downward dog. Hips and up and back, or upward dog. Hips and up and back, downward dog. Big inhale, up on the toes. You got 3 breaths here. Exhale through the heels. Inhale, up on the toes. Exhale down through the heels. Last one, big inhale up. On the exhale, let's bend the knees, look to the front of the mat. Make your way there. Maybe hop, maybe step, whatever you feel is good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bend the knee. Raise to the crown of the head, lifting, lifting. Exhale, heart center. We're going to do 2 more just like that. Let's keep it moving. Inhale up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. High plank. Knowing at any point, if these vinyasas become too much, you can just pop straight back to downward dog from here. You're taking the vinyasa to the mat. Inhale up. Exhale, downward dog. Big inhale up on the toes. Exhale down through the heels. Inhale up on the toes. Exhale down with the heels. Last one, big inhale up. On the exhale, bend the knees, look to the front of the mat. Make your way there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Last round here, big inhale, bend those knees. Rise to standing. Exhale, heart center. Big inhale, receiving. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Stepping back or maybe even jumping back if that feels nice for you. Lowering to the mat or straight back to downward dog. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Good, big inhale, up on the toes. Exhale, down through the heels. Inhale, up on the toes. Exhale, down through the heels. Good, last one, big inhale up. On the exhale, bend the knees, look to the front of the mat, make your way there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bend the knees, rise with the crown of the head. Good work. If you're feeling a little sweat now, good. That's the point. Exhale, heart center. We're going to add even more on. Big inhale, reach up. Exhale, chair pose. Beautiful chair poses here. Keeping our chest lifted, our tailbone sinking towards the mat. Big inhale in. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. To the mat or straight back to downward dog. Upward. Back to downward dog. Big inhale, right leg raises. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg raises. Exhale, dropping it behind the right knee. Inhale, up crescent lunge. Exhale, high plank. Good work. We're going to beef it up here. We're going to warm it up here. To the mat or straight back to downward dog. Always an option to just go to downward dog. Always an option to just go straight to child's pose. It is there waiting for you. Big inhale up on the toes. Exhale down through the heels. Inhale up on the toes. Exhale through the heels. Last one, big inhale up. On the exhale, bend the knees. Look to the front of the mat. Make your way there. Foot, fly, however you want to get there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bend those knees. Rise all the way to standing. Exhale, chair pose. Good, big inhale in. Exhale, fold forward. Other leg. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Through the vinyasa, straight back to downward dog. Always up to you. You're at home. No one knows. Do what feels right for you. Exhale, downward dog. Big inhale, left leg raises. Exhale, knee to nose. Keeping it moving, finding that flow. Maybe you've lost your breath now. Check in with the breath. Big inhale, lifting up. Exhale, dropping the left hand behind the left foot. You know what I meant. Big inhale, lifting up. Good. Exhale, high plank. Beautiful work. All the way to the mat, straight back to downward dog. Always your option. Exhale, everybody in downward dog. Big inhale, up on the toes. Exhale, down through the heels. Big inhale, up on the toes. Exhale, down through the heels. Good. Bring the knees to the mat. Hips back to the heels. Child's pose. Taking a moment here to check in, maybe giving your forehead a little roll left and right. Noticing where your breath is. Have you lost the flow of your breath? Notice when we sync up the breath and the movement in the mind, things seem to flow on the same pace. Things seem to calibrate together. So by honing in on our breath, on the awareness of our flow, not only meaning our movement, but all the other flows we have being a human, our heart rate, our breath, our thoughts. Big inhale in. Exhale, sigh it out. Whenever you're ready, coming back up, downward dog. Paddling it out. We're going to add another layer on here. Making your way to the front of the mat, however you want to get there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bend the knee. Raise with that crown of the head. Lifting up, reaching it. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, chair pose. Strong chair pose. Looking down if you can't see your toes. Take your knees back in space just a little bit until you can. Lifting up through the heart. Big inhale in. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Through the vinyasa or straight back. You know the drill. Inhale up if you're going through the vinyasa. Exhale, downward dog. Big inhale up on the toes. Exhale down through the heels. Good. Right leg raises. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, raise. Exhale, opposite elbow. Inhale, lift it. Same side, elbow. Drop it behind the right hand. Big inhale up, crescent lunge. Good. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm. Exhale, reverse the warrior. Inhale, back up. Exhale, high plank. Through the vinyasa or straight back. Maybe even the child's pose if that's what you need. Taking what you need right now. Kneading me back in downward dog. Big inhale up on the toes. Exhale down through the heels. Big inhale up on the toe. Exhale down through the heels. Last one, big inhale lifting it. On the exhale, bend the knees, lift to the front of the mat, make your way there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, raise through the crown of the head. Good work. We got the other side here. Fold forward. Ooh, you looked out. I forgot your chair there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. We'll hit it back around. Don't you worry. All the way to the mat. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Big inhale up on the toes. Exhale down through the heels. Left leg raises. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, knee to opposite elbow. Inhale, lifting. Knee to same side elbow. We'll drop the left foot behind the left hand. Inhale up, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, front palm flips. Exhale, scoop it back. Inhale to the top. Exhale, high plank. Through the vinyasa or straight back. Always your option. Every single time. Downward dog. Good work. Big inhale up on the toes. Exhale down through the heels. I don't know if you're working up a sweat, but I am. Big inhale up. Exhale down. Taking it to the front of the mat, however you want to get there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Go ahead and take a gorilla pose here for just a second before we move on. So peace fingers to big toes. Palms of the hands to soles of the feet. Whatever feels good for you. Nice bend in the knees. Crown of the head really heavy towards the mat. And again, allowing yourself to explore. You can take some little side-to-side movement. Maybe some little front and back adjustments. Maybe straightening one leg and then the other. Making sure we're breathing. Releasing the hands from the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bend the knees. Raise with the crown of the head, reaching all the way up. Exhale, heart center. Taking a moment here, noticing where your feet planted to the ground. Rolling the shoulders back, sitting up tall through the crown of the head. Just checking in right here. Maybe taking your thumbs, pressing them in against your heart. Noticing the flow of your heartbeat. Harnessing the flow of your breath. Big inhaling. Exhale out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, heart center. Sit back in our chair again here. Good. Through the heart, dropping the tailbone, engaging the core. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Through or straight back. You know the drill. Yeah, right leg raises. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, knee to nose. Last one. Then drop the right hand, right foot behind the right hand. Inhale, pressing up, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Same thing as last time. Inhale, flip the front palm. Exhale, scoop it back. Inhale. This time we're going to take it to the front. So reaching with our front arm, then hinging at the hips. Good. Inhale up. Then take our front foot. We'll swivel it forward. Hinge at the hips. Arms can stay at the hips. They can come down to the mat if that feels nice. You can also come back behind the back if that feels good, either fist to fist or maybe grabbing opposite elbows or interlacing. Maybe giving the head a little shake, yes, no, a little shake, no. Good. Front foot flips forward. We're going to walk our hands back to the front, stepping our right foot back, downward dog. Big inhale up on the toes. Exhale down through the heels. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one here. And make it to the front of the mat. Walk, hop. Choice is always yours in your practice. Making the practice your own, even when you have an instructor guiding you, still allowing the practice to be your own. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, pull forward. Inhale, bend the knee. Raise through the crown of the head all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, chair pose. Lifting through the heart, keeping the core engaged, the belly button dropped towards the mat. This should be our last chair pose of the day. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. To the mat. Upward dog. Downward dog. Big inhale up on the toes. Exhale down through the heels. Left leg raises. Knee to nose. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lifting. Last one here. Exhale, knee to nose. Drop the left foot behind the left hand. Inhale, up, crescent lunge. Last side. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, front palm flips. Exhale, reverse the warrior. Inhale, back to the middle. This time, reaching to the front. Exhale, leaning. Reaching with that top hand. Inhale, back up. Front foot's going to flip forward. We're going to hinge at the hips. Forward fold. Hands can stay where they're at. Down to the ground. behind the back. Whatever feels good for you. Maybe giving that head a little shake, yes. And a little shake note here. And we'll release that down to the ground if they're behind your back. Front foot's going to flip forward as we walk our hands around that foot, stepping back to our downward dog. Big inhale up on the toes. Exhale down through the heels. Big inhale up. Exhale down. And inhale up on the toes. On the exhale, bend the knee. Lift to the front of the mat. Make your way there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, gorilla pose. Exploring it, making it your own. Maybe rock side to side. Maybe shaking the head, yes and no. Listening to your body, tuning into that flow, that awareness. Doing what you need. Release the hand from the feet. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bend the knees, raise with the crown of the head all the way to stand. Exhale, heart center. Keeping the eyes and closing the eyes and taking another moment. Big breath in, inside out. Do a quick balancing pose here before we start to bring our class down to the ground. Big inhale in. Hands heart center. Right knee raises. Right toes towards the front of the room. Inhale, knees back towards the chest. Exhale, heel towards the back of the mat. Warrior 3. Wherever you're at is perfect. And taking the arms up overhead. Just as slowly as we hinge forward, we're going to stand back up. And exhale the way back down. Shake it out, because we're going to do the other leg, yeah? Big inhale in. Exhale, heart center. Right leg raises. Left leg raises. And exhale to the front. Inhale back in. Exhale to the back. Feels good. Taking those arms overhead. And slowly inhale back to standing. Exhale, heart center, foot down. Good, shake it out. I'm going to do one more. We're going to add one more little layer onto that. So, starting the same way, big inhale in. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, right leg raises. Exhale, straighten the heel towards the front. Inhale, back in. Exhale, warrior 3. Very slowly, we're going to find the ground with our toes. Crescent lunge. And hands, heart center. Hinge forward at the hips. We'll slowly transition back to our warrior 3. Wherever you're at is perfect. If you wobble out, you get a gold star today. Finding that edge. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, hard center, foot down. Shake it out. Going to the other side. Big inhale up. Exhale, heart center. Left leg raises. Exhale, left heel to the front. Inhale, back in. Exhale, heel to the back. Good. Our back toes are going to slowly find the ground. Inhale, lifting up. Good work. Exhale, heart center. Good, big and coming. Exhale, slowly lean forward, hinging at the hips. Shifting the weight to our right foot again. Good. Very slowly coming up to standing. Exhale back to heart center, foot on the ground. Good, shake it out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, bow down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. You don't want to be here long. Through the vinyasa for another time here if you'd like, or straight back to downward dog. Just using this as a transition here. Right leg raises. Exhale, bring the right knee towards the right elbow. Tick the right ankle towards the left wrist. Wherever you're at, this perfect pigeon pose here. Settling into our pigeon pose. A lot of people have a love-hate relationship with our pigeon pose. So finding somewhere you can be in for a few breaths. Oftentimes you can take a block or some books or a pillow and place it underneath your bottom here, or maybe underneath your chest as you lay forward. Finding places you can release the tension. You notice you've shifted all the tension to your shoulders like I often do. Finding ways you can let go there. Big inhales in. Exhale, relaxing down. Surrendering to the earth here. Oftentimes, this can be the hard part about finding our flow of breath and mind, because once we slow down, it allows our mind to wander off, to start thinking more. Instead of instantly going to the next movement, there's more space in between, allowing time for thoughts or maybe silence if that's something you're working on. Couple more breaths here. Whenever you're ready, slowly lifting up. Very gentle after we've held it for a few moments here. Picking the back toes under. Getting some circles with the hip that we just had moving underneath us. Any movement that may feel nice before we take it to the opposite side. Whenever you're ready, left leg will raise. Knee goes towards the left elbow. Left ankle goes towards the right wrist. Settling down here, somewhere that's comfortable. Being mindful of your body. Don't do anything that hurts, but also allowing your body to surrender to the earth. Making sure we're taking nice full breath. Keeping pace with our breath will help keep our mind from wandering off. And if you notice it does wander off, it's okay. It's totally normal. Just bringing your awareness right back to the flow of your breath. Two more breaths here. Slowly come back up. Toes tuck under in the back. We'll take any movement with that hip. It may feel good. take a walk with our feet to the front of the mat. And then we'll set back on our bottom. And we'll roll all the way back on our back. Giving the knees a nice squeeze into the chest here. Maybe a little rock back and forth if that feels good. Feet plant on the mat. Hands come down to the sides. We'll roll through a few bridge poses here, just giving our spine a little love after all we've done with it so far this practice. So moving up one vertebrae at a time, starting with our tailbone, working our way up. So we'll lift from the tailbone, lifting all the way up to what would be a bridge pose. Once we get to the top, slowly rolling it back up. Almost getting a nice little massage out of the mat from below you, the ground below you. Using our breath to guide our movement here, the flow of our breath as we lift up, inhaling in. And as we slowly release and exhale out. 2 more rounds. Knees into the chest. Big squeeze in. Okay. If you've been in the class with me before, you know I'm going to sneak in some sneaky ab work here. We thought we were done. So bring the feet together. We're going to lower down to 60 degrees. Hanging out here, hovering here. Maybe even giving yourself a little chin tuck. Yeah, strengthening those stabilizer muscles in the neck. We all know we've been looking at the computer screen and stuff a lot. So lowering down to 30 degrees, hovering here. Lowering to 1 inch above the mat for 3, 2, 1. Lifting back up. We're going to do one more round of those. Now you're ready. Toes up. Lowering down to 60 degrees. Good. Lowering down to 30 degrees. And lowering down to 1 inch above the mat. Maybe you've been looking at your toes this time. For 3, 2, 1. Knees to chest. Big squeeze and rock side to side. Yeah. Feet plant to the mat. And take right leg over the left leg. We're going to thread the needle here. So hands thread behind the left leg here. My right ankle's crossed over my left knee in a figure 4 shape, and I'm threaded through. Take a few breaths here. You should feel this through the outer thigh here. It feels nice. Maybe taking the left leg and extending and bending and giving the ankle some circles in each direction. Feet stay how they're at. Our legs stay how they're at, but we're going to release our hands from them, which will tee out to the side. Our right foot is going to drop to the left side of our body. For a gentle twist, head can stay looking straight forward or over the opposite shoulder if you want just a little bit deeper. We'll be here for a few breaths, so really tuning in to the awareness of your breath. Maybe you notice your heartbeat after moving, after getting our blood pumping. Just really tuning in to what's happening right now. What's flowing right now in your body, in your mind. We'll bring our knees back into the center here. Uncross our legs, and we'll take it to the opposite side. So left leg will come over the right. And we'll thread the needle here. And again, finding somewhere that feels good for you, that feels nice, taking the right leg and bending and straightening, or maybe giving some circles with your ankle in one direction and then the other. Exploring the movement, exploring these poses. Keeping our feet how they are, releasing our legs to the mat. Left foot will fall to the right side of the body here. Arms can tee out, head can look straight forward or over the opposite shoulder, whatever feels good for you on your neck and your spine. Taking some deep breaths here. Maybe noticing the flow of your breath, of your heartbeat. Slowly winding from that. Bringing your feet back to the mat. Maybe giving another squeeze in here with the rock side to side or forward and backward. We're going to take one more gentle twist here before we start to really bring it to our final poses. So right leg will cross over the left like we're sitting in a chair. Arms come out to the sides. If our right knee's on top, we're going to drop our legs to the left side of the body. Very similar to what we just did, just a little bit deeper, especially on the outer thigh of the top leg. A little bit more of a twist through the torso. And just finding somewhere you can be for a few breaths as we're ringing out our practice. Coming back into the center. And crossing your legs. We'll take the cross the opposite way. Our legs will fall the opposite way. To the right side this time, looking over the left shoulder. Finding a few breaths here. We're drawing our practice closer to stillness. Oftentimes, this is my favorite part of a really sweaty practice, as you can really start to tune into not only the flow of your breath and your heartbeat, but also the flow of your body. Releasing sweat, noticing as it drips down your forehead or down your body. It's your boss, not your body, is doing work for you. Sign your body is detoxing from things you don't need. Big inhale in. Exhale out. And slowly come back into the center. Keep drawing the knees into the chest again. And we'll take a happy baby pose here. So bringing the peace fingers to big toes or the soles of the feet to the palms of the hands. Getting out any of the last little wiggles, any of the last little fidgets or movements you may need to here. As we get closer to stillness in our practice, closer to the sweet shavasana in our practice. Whenever you're ready, soles of the feet come together, dropping to the mat. One hand on the heart, one hand on the chest. Big breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Big inhale in. Exhale, sigh it out. Taking a moment here to just observe what your body feels like after all the movement, after all the breath. You're really tuning in your awareness to your flow state, not only physically in our body, but mentally, emotionally. Big inhale in through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Notice anywhere you still may be trying to hold tension in the body here. Now on the next inhale, bringing your awareness there. And exhale, let it go. Another big inhale in here. And exhale, sigh it out. And slowly move to our final resting pose. Our final pose of the practice, Shavasana. Getting out all the last little wiggles, all the last little fidgets you may need. You can really find some stillness in our practice. Hands can stay on the chest where they were. They can also fall out to the sides, palms up, palms down. There's no wrong way to do Shavasana. As long as you're finding somewhere you can be still and turn inwards. Taking a big breath in through the nose. And exhaling out. Noticing the places where our body is making contact with the earth below us, the ground below us. Just bringing your awareness there, how it's supporting you. There's no need for you to do anything. There's nothing you need to be doing in Shavasana. Just being present. Less doing here, more being. Noticing the flow of your breath as it Goes in through the nose, filling up your lungs, raising your chest, your stomach. As you exhale, noticing how the belly button naturally falls back towards the earth, releasing all the space filled with air in the lungs. And if you notice your mind getting distracted from the flow of breath and starting to move towards a flow of thoughts, gently guiding your awareness, your focus, right back to your breath. Your breath is a great way to keep yourself anchored in the current moment, in the experience we're having right now. When we're lost in the flow of thought, generally we're lost in things that have happened in the past or worries of the future. The only moment we have that's current right now is this. The flow of being, the flow of your awareness, the flow of the observer, nothing more. Maybe noticing the flow of your heartbeat, still sending blood through the body. Maybe noticing the breath as it flows in and out. Maybe noticing the thoughts, but not judging yourself when you get lost in the thought stream, but instead bringing yourself right back to the ebb and flow of our breath. Just as we bring ourselves back, creates an ebb and flow of itself, being in the present moment and being in reaction, lost in thought. We have the tools to bring our flows together when we bring our awareness together to the flow of these things. Big inhale in through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale, filling up, receiving the breath. Exhale, giving it back, letting it go, surrendering. Big inhale in through the nose. Sigh it out. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bringing awareness back into the external space around you. Maybe gently turning the corners of the mouth up for a smile and reaching overhead with your arms. Drawing the knees into the chest, rolling onto one side in a fetal position. Taking a moment here of gratitude for your body, for your breath, for your awareness. Whenever you're ready, very slowly, very steadily raising to meet me seated on the mat, hands on heart center. Thanks for tuning in and practicing with me, guys. I hope you continue to find ways to find the awareness of flow in your life. Namaste. See you guys next time.